Hey guys, it's Ben. Thank you for checking out this message. If you want to hear more messages from Catalyst Church, just search Catalyst Church of Carrollton on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We hope this message speaks to you, encourages you. We hope it builds your life. We hope it builds you. We are for you. The best is yet to come. And if you want to give or donate to what God's doing here at Catalyst Church, you can go to iamcatalyst.net/donate. The best is yet to come. We love you guys. I love carbohydrates. I say it a lot. I'm going to say it again. I'll probably say it in another message it applies to. I love carbs. I love them. They hate me. It's a very dysfunctional relationship. Carbs are my crack. Somebody, I get it. My age too. It hits you, young people. Enjoy it while it lasts. If carbs are my crack, Olive Garden is my crack house. You can create your own pasta. You know how many things you can do with angel hair, spaghetti, fettuccine, linguine, whatever, meatballs, chicken, shrimp. Let's not forget the sauce, because this series is all about the sauce. You know how many sauces make meatballs even more glorious than they already are? And in the South, all we do is gravy and marinara. You are missing so much in your life. And I know that I just played the devil. Several somebodies are going to Olive Garden for lunch today. So just set this up. Tip generously. If you do not claim Catalyst. Catalyst is not claiming you. And then tag Catalyst in a post, hashtag my pastor made me do it. I will completely take the blame. There is no shame in my game. You're welcome. Enjoy it. You can thank me later. Olive Garden, you can send me Venmo. I'll send you my Venmo info if you want it. Connor and Garrett are these saucy people in our family. They get on my nerves. They do. They try all this. They put ridiculous amounts of effort into sauces and mixing and throwing it on this and throwing it on that. And it's like you shouldn't do that. And it's like, it's crazy. It gets on my nerves. So Connor gets married after getting on my nerves a long time. And he gets married, moves out. You see him. He's grown up. He actually is less chubby than he was when he moved out, because that's what being a dad will do for you. But still, then Garrett grows up. And Garrett becomes and replaces his brother. He gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. It's like, it gets on my nerves. It's like, why don't you put as much effort into like what you eat and like cleaning up after? But like, they try all this. It's like, well, that's not supposed to, you're not supposed to put that on that. You're not supposed to mix that. You're not supposed to do that. And a lot of times it's some nasty stuff, but every now and then, at least a couple of times, they'll come up with this concoction, with this stuff that if we bottled it, either they would get rich or O'Charlie's wouldn't have shut down. Is it too soon for some people in this place? O'Charlie's shutting down. If they would have figured out and been able to try some things like Connor and Garrett, I'm just saying, it may get on my nerves, and I'm going to tell you, that's exactly how you find your sauce. That's exactly how you discover and develop what God has called you to be, to build, become, your dreams, your ideas, your passions. Is how you create a path to your purpose and to walk in the will of God. You have got to be able to make mistakes. You have got to be willing to try. You have got to be willing to get messy. And week 2 of this series, Your Secret Sauce, I told you, I promised you we're going to get in the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to get in the kitchen. We're going to get in the kitchen. Week 1, I told you, you got to believe you got it. And if you don't believe you got it, you ain't even going to get off the ground. And most people don't, and they don't. But once you believe you got it, you got to learn to get in the kitchen and you got to work it up. My title today, week 2 of your secret sauce, is create your own. Create your own. I want to take you to Romans chapter 12. Will you lift your hands with me one more time? I know I made you lift your hands a lot. You don't have to do arm day this week. Lord, I just thank you, Father. Help me speak right now. Help us be and build what you've called us to be and build. Lord, we don't want to color inside the lines that somebody else drew. That is not what you've called us to do or be. You are the potter. We are the clay. Speak to me. Speak through me. Let your presence and your perspective and your love permeate this place, fill this place, and bust out of this place. Right now, we are focused. We are locked in. Do your thing, Jesus. Amen. Will you give God about 10 seconds of praise real quick? Romans chapter 12. These spiritual gifts in theology are called the motivational gifts. What they are is they are practical gifts. Paul is a genius. Paul is probably one of the most, if not the most, influential person on Western culture, even though he grew up and led the New Testament. He's genius. About 80 pages of content in a book that we would read now is his content and word count in the New Testament, yet he is still speaking today. And he gives in Romans chapter 12, what I'm about to read to you, 7 motivational gifts. Every one of us, I'm going to make it simple for you because it's real simple. Every one of us, when we walk in a room, we are wired a certain way. When you walk in a situation, you are wired a certain way. When you're in your family, your job, your makeup, you were wired to walk in that room, walk in that situation. And there are certain things that you notice and you look at in certain ways and you approach things in certain angles and vice versa. You do not approach in certain ways and certain angles because you were not wired like me and I'm not wired like you and you're probably not wired like your wife or husband. And that's probably a good thing because you wouldn't get nothing done or you kill each other. So, you will be less dysfunctional as you learn to grow and understand how you function. And Paul is a genius. Romans chapter 12. Y'all ready for this? Tell somebody, say, I'm ready. We believe the word works if you work it. In Catalyst Church, we work it. Whether we like it or not, we work it if we trust him. Paul says, just as our bodies have many parts, and each part has a special function, so it is with Christ's body. We are many parts of one body. Every one of us have a part to play. We are Christ's body. We are his children. We are God's children. So we are many parts of one body. We all have a part to play. I told you last week, you got the sauce. Every one of us got the sauce. We have individual giftings and wirings and abilities and sometimes disabilities because we ain't supposed to do it. And we belong to each other. You belong to each other. Tell your neighbor, say, I belong to you. I don't care if they're a stranger, you belong to them. In his grace, watch this, in his grace, we do not deserve it. Grace is getting what you don't deserve. It is an unearned gift. Every one of you have been given his grace. And it says, in his grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. Tell somebody, say, he gave you some sauce. Say it over yourself, say, he gave me some sauce. Oh, he did. And then he begins to spit this just genius. God is, I skipped, I told you, my vision's going, man. It's going. I almost read the same line over. ADD didn't do it, my vision did it. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. Prophecy here is not talking about foretelling, telling the future, telling the past. No. Prophecy here is if you are gifted and your makeup is prophecy, you walk into a room, you walk into a situation, and you are able to see the big picture. You are able to see the hard things. You are able to not just see them, but speak to them. You are not afraid to confront things. There are no great pastors. There are no great leaders in the corporate world in any other way that doesn't in some way have the gift of prophecy. This is not a gift that these gifts, you don't even have to be a Christian. They're called unrepentant gifts. The Bible says that. You are gifted by his grace, whether you've received it or trusted or not. It is your makeup. And if you have the gift of prophecy, you walk into a room, you walk into your job, you walk into your marriage, you walk into your family, and you are able to step back. You are able to have a helicopter view of the forest, and you are not afraid to speak the truth to do it. And when you do it by faith and not frustration, it's a gift. And Paul said, do it by faith. Now, you do it by frustration, you're going to be apologizing a lot. I get it, because I have those seasons I have to apologize a lot. Prophecy. If your gift is serving others, Paul says, serve them well. By the way, did anybody read their Romans 12 this week? You do your bit reading it, a challenge. Be honest. Be honest. Yeah, some of you got to get better. You got to do better. That was this past week's reading. Paul says, if you have the gift, if your gift is serving, serve them well. If you are a servant and you are wired to be a servant, you walk into a room, a situation, your family, your job, you are not looking to see or say anything. You are actions oriented. You are looking to see what you can do and get your hands on because you're trying to help. And Jesus said all of us are called to be servants, but not all of us are gifted as a servant. I have to work really hard to serve my wife because she is naturally a servant. I'm naturally a words person. And so words don't mean nothing to her if I don't get dirty with them. So somebody just said somebody's husband needs to up their game. Or partner or somebody needs to up their game. I'm just saying, Angie would amen right now too, especially if it's a bad season. I think I'm doing pretty good right now, baby. Most days when I don't ADD out. You're a servant. You walk into a room. You walk into a situation. You are looking for something to do. I can't tell you how many anonymous people have taken my trash out in my office the last year. And it wouldn't get taken out if they didn't do it. You come into a room. You're trying to Angie makes me mad. I'm like, why are you washing them windows? Because ain't nobody else washing them windows out front. So many people make this church flow because you see something and you do it. You are a servant. Mamas, a lot of mamas, you just see the need and you're going to go get it. You're going to go do something about it. You are a servant. That is your wiring. That is your wiring. And Paul says, if you are a teacher, teach well. Good teachers and coaches are teachers, but this goes beyond teachers and coaches. If you are a teacher, you walk into a room and you're able to see what's going on, the situation, and you can help other people begin to adjust and see it. It is crazy. Man, there's people in my family. Jacob is one of my second son. He is just an incredible teacher. Angie, if Garrett needs to know how to do something or teaching him how to drive especially, she needs to do it because She will explain it simply. He will be less frustrated. It will take less time. And I will be less frustrated. He will be less confused. And I will be less pissed off. Jacob, there's been times he'd come in explaining one sentence. I just took 10 minutes and tried and I couldn't do it. And I remember telling Angie with him growing up, I'm like, why can't I do that? You know what? I'm not a teacher. I can teach the Bible and tell you how I can tell you how you feel all day. But when it comes to teaching and practical, not my thing. You're able to explain things. You're able to make complicated things simple so that people can do something with them. You walk into a room. If you're a teacher, Paul says teach. Paul says teach. If your gift is encouraging others, be encouraging. If you're an encourager, you walk into a room, you walk into a situation, and you piss everybody off because you see the positive and potential in everything and everybody, even when don't nobody see it. And they're like, let me have my trip. Let me be negative and be pessimistic and be upset for like 5 minutes. But you are able to see and speak into somebody and their potential, and you are optimistic when nobody is, because when you walk into a room, it is not a good situation, but you see what God can do. And I'm going to tell you right now, all my encouragers, COVID-19 has squelched a lot of encouragers. This world, you need to see it because there's a lot of people, you've lost hope in people, and you need some encourager in your life to say, God's still on the throne. He still loves us all. Amen. And Paul says, if you're an encourager, encourage. Encourage. If it is giving, Paul says, give generously. This ain't talking about just wealthy people that like to stand behind and give and not be noticed. That's a gift of giving. But some of you ain't got the money to give you walk into a room and you're a giver. You see a need and you figure out a way to meet the need. So all my people that get potluck dinners at your work, because you know somebody's hurting. Their mama died, the daddy died. They a single mama, their husband or sucks, or the daddy sucks, baby daddy sucks. I don't know. I'm just saying, you figure out a way to meet the need. You will get gift cards together. You get gift cards together for somebody's hurting and they need some meals. You'll get a team of people. You are a giver. You're able to see a need. You walk in a room, you begin to see the needs, and you figure out a way to make them happen. You follow me? Tell somebody, say, I follow you, Ben. Actually, just tell me, I need some encouragement. Say, I follow you. I follow you. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. Title doesn't make you a leader. I just want you to know, you may have the title boss, manager, supervisor. You may can tell everybody what to do and get paid to do it. That doesn't make you a leader. What makes you a leader is influence. When people, whether you're in a great place and you're leading people to Jesus or you're at the bar every night getting drunk, people just gravitate to your table because God is giving you in His grace a gift of leadership. So people are attracted to your personality. You have a gift of leadership, and Paul says, take it. If you have this gift of drawing influence and people gravitating and being attracted to you in your personality and what you have to say, you walk in a room and you're a leader, people look to you. They don't look to the situation. They're looking to you because they want to respond. They want to know how you see it because you're a leader. And he says, take it seriously because it's a heavy responsibility to be a leader. It's heavy. And if you ain't taking it seriously, it will ruin you and everything around you and everybody. I've seen it. I've been in this thing a while. He says, take it seriously. It's a gift. It's heavy. It's a gift. Lastly, number 7, Paul says, and if you have the gift of showing kindness to others. Kindness, mercy, empathy. This is the gift of hospitality. All those words, kindness to others, he says, do it gladly. All of us are called to be empathetic and show mercy. Not all of us are given the gift of truly identifying with people and where they are. You walk into a room, you have the gift of kindness, of mercy, of love. You can make somebody know that you are only focused on them. You have this gift of connecting right where they are. Everybody else wants to tell them how to do it and tell them how to get out of it. And you just have this gift of saying, I love you. And the only thing that matters in their life is that you said it and they experience the love and mercy. Because Jesus said to much mercy has been given. To whom much mercy has been given, much mercy is required. And you have the gift of mercy. Every one of us are wired with some of these wirings and gifts. But none of us have them all. And you have to begin to know your makeup. Before you can really get into the sauce, you got to begin to know how you're gifted, how you're wired, how you're gifted, how you're wired. Here's what most people do. Most people spend their lives doing things. Most people spend their lives doing things that they're average at, not passionate about, or not even called to do or suck at, or you're doing some good things. You've done some good things. Hey, you raised some good kids. You got a great marriage. But how many of them are really your thing? Because you can do things that are very fruitful but not very fulfilling, and that's not your sauce. You're good at making somebody else's sauce. You're good at living in somebody else's calling, and hey, you've got a lot of competence, but you don't have a lot of confidence because you have settled for spaghetti instead of creating your own. See, you were made in the image of God. See, God is creative. God is creative. Your Creator is creative. He made you. The Bible says He made you in His image, which means you are creative. Not a trick. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I can get it because I can only get simple things. Everybody has something worth cooking. But you got to find what you want to cook. Everybody has something worth cooking, but you got to find what you want to cook. Everybody. You may not know how to get there. I don't know where you are in life. You may not know where to start. You may have been so messed up. You may be old, young, in the middle, a little crazy, a little damaged, got a criminal record. You don't know where you got a lot of debt going on in your life. You're just like, I know that's good to know, but I don't know how to get there. I don't know where to start. I get it. It's encouraging, but how do I take steps? And I want to spend the rest of this message showing you how to mix some sauces. Because if you will do like Garrett and Connor, and you are willing to get messy and make some mistakes and you're willing to get some nastiness and get some heartbreak and stuff, I'm going to tell you, you'll find a couple sauces in your life. You'll find some things that you can apply to every part of your life, and you'll be able to walk in any room, whether it's work, family, whether it's what you like, don't like. You'll even know what shows you don't like to watch on Netflix. I do. I can tell you straight up, baby, I'll watch this with you, but I hate it. You got to begin to mix your sauce. You got to begin to get in the kitchen. You got to get in the kitchen. So I got 6 steps. Your bulletin says 7. Go ahead and mark out the last one because I'm going to jump into that next week. 6 steps that if you will apply this to your life, because the word works if you work it. 6 steps. I don't care where you are in life. I don't care how old, young, broke, messed up, how many times you've been divorced. I don't care if you're an addict. These 6 steps right here, if you will apply them, if you will add these ingredients to your life, these habits to your current situation, I promise you, you will begin to discover, develop your sauce, whether you're married or not, whether you're broke or not, whether you're doing great, good, or need to do better, I don't know. I'm going to show you. Young people, if you'll listen to me, it'll save you a lot of time and pain. Middle-aged and young adults, I want you to know if you'll begin to build your life, your marriage, and your family on it now and start today, your life will be better than ever if you're willing to try it. Old people, you guys say, hey, if you're open to new tricks, God's got some new ones for you. Y'all ready to get in the kitchen? Y'all ready to get in the kitchen? Because if you'll get to cooking, I promise you God's got something for you because everybody's got something worth cooking. You ain't called to cook what I'm cooking. I'm not called to cook what you cooking. Your wife or husband or partner, they may balance you, but they ain't called to cook the same thing. But together you can cook something bigger than yourself. I'm just saying. Y'all ready to get in the kitchen? First thing is this. It's very simple. It's actually the basics, which is why we got to get back to the basics. It's as simple as salt. You don't put some salt in the sauce, it ain't going to be good sauce. Pray. Pray. My gosh, we are so disconnected in our society. Just pray. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, he said, keep on asking. A lot of you pray when you need something. You pray once a week, once a month, once a year. You say your little prayer before dinner. You say your grace. Or you just act like you do. You know, there's people at work that just kind of bow their heads. I don't know that you're saying anything. I just see you close your eyes. I think you're thinking about that Subway, really, because I don't hear nothing. I think about Subway a lot. I love Subway. It's cheap and affordable and healthy. Jesus said, keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Don't just pray. Don't just ask. He says, keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks, receives. Everyone who seeks, finds. And to everyone who knocks, the door will be open. If you're taking notes with me right now, you can write this beside pray. Engage, invest. Engage. I love hearing those pens. I love seeing y'all grow. Y'all have no idea how happy it makes me. That's why we're here, to build people. In those notes, put engage, invest. Our entire family, very rarely it happens anymore because they live out of town or in the room right now. Our whole B family is in the room. After church, I probably ain't answering none of your calls, none of your texts. You can complain to me on Monday. I'll probably ignore them on Monday too because I'm tired. And you probably won't get a good answer or won't like it. And I need Jesus on Mondays a lot more. Whole family is coming for after church to lunch. We ordered a bunch of Ingles platters and we're going to just throw down and just enjoy each other. The season that Angie and I are in our life, we do not want anything from our family. I just want all my family, all my kids to know I don't want no gifts. We don't want no gifts. We want you. We may give you a gift. You make grandbabies. We're going to give them a lot of gifts, but still, we want you. When you understand parenting, we want our kids. We don't want anything from them. We want to enjoy them. We want them. God is the same way. He doesn't want anything from you. Connor read it in the 10:15 huddle with all our volunteers. He said the beautiful thing is God doesn't want you just to experience and enjoy his presence. He wants you to enjoy and experience. He wants to enjoy and experience yours. In this season of gratitude, You need to begin to engage your Creator again. You need to invest in Him. Before I can get real into the stuff that make you feel good about yourself and encourage you and make somebody go amen a lot, listen to me. You need to re-engage. You need to re-engage. The reason that you've lost faith in anybody, it's like any relationship. You're not as strong in your relationship with God because you lost touch with Him. Your friend that you went to high school with, or your family that your mama or second mama or whatever that you were really close to 10 years ago, well, you've seen them 7 times in 10 years, you lose touch. It's the same with God. In this season of gratitude, remember I said write this down with pray, engage and invest. You stop connecting. Some of you come to church once a month, once a year, or you just come to church every Sunday, you just check boxes. That's all you do, check boxes. You ain't engaging. Engage your Creator, because God will invest in you when you begin to invest in Him. It may feel awkward and schizophrenic at first. That's because you lost touch, or you've never been in touch, and God wants you to re-engage. It is the basics. It is the basics. It's how you build your life. If you look, young adults, you need to find a church that you love. You need to connect with Him and connect with each other. What Connor said really matters. And you cannot grow closer to God if you don't have people who are growing in the same direction as you. You got to re-engage. This world, we have got disconnected and we do our own thing. We check our boxes and make our list. You have to connect with your Creator if you're going to be. You have little faith because you lost touch. Same in the church. I'm going to tell you, you can build a church and lose touch. I did. We did. We did. We haven't just worked on the operations and the organization of Catalyst Church the last year. We have done that. We have made a lot of hard decisions and changed a lot of things, and we will continue to, and God has honored it. But we have got back to the basics. We've been praying for revival in this church. We have been praying since last year hard. You have no idea how many people have walked this auditorium. The last 3 weeks, I got back to the basics. I get here about 25 minutes before I usually do. I walk the kids building, both of the places that we have kids ministry. I pray over that. I've always prayed over this. You got to start praying and communicating. He loves you. He wants to connect with you. He doesn't just want to bless you. He wants to be with you. And if you want it, He's got it. We do. You hear Connor's songs. You heard a couple of them today. Think about the content of every song that he's written since last year. Fire. I don't know. It's about what? The presence of God and revival. Heaven come down. What do we sing? We want more. We want more of you. Saturate. What is that about? That is what we're believing. We are going to keep on believing it. We are going to keep on asking, keep on praying, keep on seeking. And we are seeing lives change in this church. Marriages like we never had before. But we haven't seen anything yet because we are going to keep on bothering Him. It's the same for your life. Single mama, I know you're tired. Brandon talked to the band today. She said, man, when you ain't got nothing else to press, God just spoke to her this week, said, press on. Press on. Keep on. Jesus said, keep on coming. You stop coming. You're tired. Come without your husband or wife. Bring the kids. Whatever. Come to this altar every Sunday for however long it takes. Keep on engaging Him. He loves you. And at some point, you will catch fire because He promises it. And we have disconnected because we live scared. We live scared. Pray. Say that with me. Say pray. Say, I got to cook it. Y'all ready to cook? Say, I'm ready to cook. I'm ready to cook. Here we go. Evaluate your life. Evaluate your life. What do you love? What are you good at? What do you love? Man, I love seeing heads down. It's way better than amen seeing y'all take notes, because you ain't going to remember all the craziness I say unless you write it down. Evaluate your life. What are you good at? Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12, he starts it out. By the way, you'll find later this is your reading assignment and to engage the word as a family with your spouse or whatever. This is it. It's part of it, 1 Corinthians 12. Now, brothers and sisters, Paul says, I want you to understand about spiritual gifts, about your wiring. I want you to understand it. It matters. It's a real thing. The gifts that God has given you, the callings He's put on your life, the passions, the idea, the sauce, all those things, the dreams that you may have gave up on a long time ago or got set back so far, it's a thing. It's a recipe. It's for real. You are for real. God doesn't make crap. He made you, which means you are not crap. And He says, I don't want you to be uninformed. I don't want you to be ignorant. I want you to understand this stuff is a thing. What are you good at? If there was one thing I would want to be other than a preacher, pastor, leader, spiritual leader, if there's one thing, I'll tell you what it is. It's a football player. It's not an option. I got small hands. Very soft, small hands. And there's a lot more reasons that I would never be able to play football, but that's the one that comes to mind. I just got small hands. It's not an option. David was called to be king. Not everybody's called to be king. Some of you are trying to be a shot caller and be the boss, and you want to be an entrepreneur because entrepreneuring is sexy in this season, and you are not called to be a shot caller. You are not called to be a boss. You don't have leadership ability. You have more administrative ability. You are called to run and produce, not to call the shots, and you are trying to thrive in something because other people and pressure and people and expectations on you because you're very smart, but you're not operating in your gifting, and you are really messing yourself up. What are you good at? Think about it. Evaluate your life. It's a simple question, and the options are endless. What you good at? You can't sing, but you can cook. So sing in the kitchen frying chicken, not on the stage. Sing in the shower for his glory and make a joyful noise, but don't do it in front of me because it gets on my nerves like I get on everybody's nerves. By the way, if I could sing, I'd really mess y'all up because every intro would be a written song. I'd be one of them jokers with a rag just singing my intro. Y'all, I really get on everybody's nerves. Thank you, Jesus. In his grace, he has given us certain abilities and not given us certain abilities. You're not a public speaker, but you can build. And you know, the world was built on backs of not Bens. Because I can motivate you, but I'm going to tell you, we would all be dead. We wouldn't have made it to the test of time because all I can do is motivate you. I can't build nothing. Don't make me grow my food. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the restaurant. You're a builder. You're not a public speaker, but you're a writer. You're an incredible writer. You have this ability to express yourself on paper and pen, and it's your gift. What is it? What is it? Or you're not a great public speaker. I put you in front of this crowd. It's about as... Terry did a great job, y'all. She hates that. If I do that too much, she may quit on me, and I can't have that. But she did a great job. That's not her thing, though. You get her one-on-one. She can love on you, lead you. She's amazing. Which is why she only gets up here when I ask her to, because I'm not trying to run her off. That's not her giftings. What is yours? You don't like people. Well, you probably don't need to invest in something or work somewhere where you're working with a lot of people because you're going to hate yourself and everybody else, and everybody's going to hate you too. Or you are a people person, which means you need to invest in people. I don't know. I'm just saying. I could sit up here and do this all day. But we got to go to lunch. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to evaluate your life and what you're good at and what you love. It is your responsibility to put time and effort and intentionality into it. And if you don't, you're going to miss out. And at best case scenario, be really good at something you were never called to be really good at. God didn't just tell Ben that you're going to be a pastor. The burning bush wasn't, hey, baby, can we pop some air on back there? Maybe I'm preaching too hard, but I'm sweating real bad. Woo! Like I'm having hot flashes and menopause up in here. Goodness. I ain't trying to pass out. Woo! If y'all were cold-natured, I'm sorry. Angie is too, but she don't get her way most of the time with that stuff. Where was I at? Okay, God didn't tell Ben, you're going to be a pastor. The burning bush was Moses' experience. It wasn't mine. But I did discover what I was called to do really young. And it didn't just happen. Some people are like, well, just most people don't find when they're a kid what they're called to do. Most people have to wait. Well, you're right. But I was an unusual kid. I'm still an unusual adult, but still. I was not afraid to try new things. I was very intentional, and I paid attention. Don't ask me. Bradford asked me a week or two. He said, how in the world did you become like that? I don't know. God's grace, I don't know. Get on everybody's nerves, just like Connor and Garrett with them doggone sauces. But it's who I am. And so 7 or 8 years old, it didn't just happen. I thought I was going to be a counselor for a minute. Then I thought I was going to be a motivational speaker. And then over time, because I tried a lot of things that I don't have enough time to tell you about today, I tried these things, and I had this moment, this very supernatural moment where I was called, or whatever you call it, or whatever, but it was a process to get there. I paid attention. I was trying things. I wasn't afraid to try and fail at 7, and I'm even less afraid at 37. I will make people mad. I will make people uncomfortable. They may run, but I have figured out if you ain't willing to get messy and make mistakes in this season of my life, if I'm not learning and making mistakes, I'm not growing. I get scared we hadn't made some mistakes here. If things are just booming and we're not having to hit some things head on and learn, we ain't truly growing, because when you get to cooking, it's dirty. It's messy. And I was like that as a kid. I can tell you some funny stories. I don't have time to tell them. But I'm going to tell you, young people, get off Xbox. Quit doing that all summer and all day. Begin to evaluate your life. Adults, stop trying to get a husband and a wife and begin to evaluate your life. What do you love? What are you good at? Because you're going to walk an aisle and marry somebody that you don't even know yourself, so you dang sure don't know them. Take your time, but be intentional. Pay attention. I tell Garrett, I'm like, you're 15. That's cool. Have fun. Enjoy the season. Pay attention. Now he's got older siblings, and he's got a bunch of sisters now because all of them done got married. I say pay attention to your brothers, pay attention to us, pay attention to your sisters, pay attention to what people are doing. Does anything resonate with you? Don't waste your life. When you waste your time, you are wasting your life. And you need to take it seriously what God has created you to invest in. And I ask him about once a month, anything floated your boat lately? No, Dad. Well, stop playing Xbox. You don't have to rush it. You may not get it at 18, but you better pay attention at 15, boy. I don't care if you're 50, 60, 70. If you don't begin to discover what your sauce is, if you don't start looking at your wiring and your personality, you were going to miss it. You were going to miss your sauce. And in the best case scenario, you're going to color something somebody else has already created. And everybody's got something worth cooking. But you got to find what you're called to cook. Tell somebody, say, I'm ready to cook. Work what you got, where you are, faithfully and fiercely. Faithfully and fiercely. Bible, I love the principles in the Bible that are really like archaic and cray-cray, but they apply to everything in life. In Judges chapter 3, it says this about Ehud. Doesn't say much about the dude, Shamgar. Doesn't say much about the dude, but it says this. After Ehud, Shamgar, son of Anath, rescued Israel. Here's what it said about him. He once killed 600 Philistines with an ox goad. Doesn't say much about the dude after that. This guy apparently was either going to get killed by Philistines or he was going to swing what he got where he was. And he got the one tool that he was able to pick up, an ox goad. Don't even know what that is. Like I said, I have a mouth. I'm not a builder. And he just went to swinging. And one dude killed 600 people. There are so many principles, Catalyst. Listen to me. I don't know what season you're in. You may not like it. You may not like your job. You may not like the amount of money you don't have. You may not like where you are. Your kids are killing you and you don't even have any help with them. But I'm going to tell you, you need to begin to work fiercely and right where you are. And faithfully. You need to begin to swing. You need to swing whatever you got. You got no money. You got no peace. Well, you know what? You can still get out of bed and you can get up and go to work. And you can get up if you don't have a job. You can start getting up and believing that God's got something for you. But you better start swinging your ox goad right now, or you're going to get to the next season and not get anything out of this season, or you're going to get stuck in this season because you didn't swing your way out of it and you went through the motions and you got a superficial relationship with God. You have faith, but you haven't done much with your faith, and you need to swing. I know you're tired. I know it's a tough season, but you need to swing your ox goad. If you got no money, you got no, look, single people, swing it right now. Swing it in credit card debt. Swing it even though you're special needs and you can't even pass the SAT. Well, I don't think the SAT is a past thing, but still, you get what I'm saying. There are some that were, and I failed them. But I still went to college because God made a way when I started swinging. Swing it. Because I promise the next season will be better, and you'll be better for it if you start swinging right now, whether you like it or not. Zechariah chapter 4 says this. This is the sauce right here. You want to make the sauce? This will do it. Zechariah 4 says, do not despise these small beginnings. I love that verse, man. Can you just say that with me? Say, these small beginnings. These small beginnings, man. Don't despise them. Don't try to rush through them. Don't try to avoid them and work around them and take shortcuts through them. Hey, your first year or two of marriage, it sucks. You're broke, and that's okay. Don't despise them. Don't despise the seasons of early mornings. I'm talking to some young mamas right now. Don't despise them. Don't despise the long hours and late nights and lonely seasons. Don't despise these small beginnings. Don't despise them. Don't despise them. Don't work around them, because I'm going to tell you something, Catalyst. That's where the magic happens. The small beginnings, the things that you literally think you're going to stay stuck in forever. And maybe you have, because you ain't been swinging. But don't despise them. Make the most out of them. Because I'm going to tell you this. I found Jesus. I'm the man I am today. The best parts of me as a leader, as a father, the best parts of me as a communicator, everything that I have built my life on, the foundation was built in these small beginnings. Can you say that with me? Say, these small beginnings. These small beginnings. I'm going to tell you, when I was, the things that I do now that I'm really, really good at, I created my process in these small beginnings. When I didn't have time, I made time. Because in these small beginnings, when you don't have time, you make time for what's important. You figure out a way. You figure out a way to swing your ox goad. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It's these small beginnings. If you look at my documents of everything from my craft with communicating, I'm a communicator. I can't lead a congregation if I can't feed you. And I learned this year, my document, I looked it up this week, my document on sermon ideas and study is, and I erase and start over, but I am very intentional about collecting thoughts and ideas. It's 49 pages just for this year, right now. I learned that and did that when I had a job and didn't have the time. I have documents for our staff, weaknesses, strengths, where I think they're going to get promoted as we grow and build more staff. I keep notes. I learned that process when I was going to Walmart cross-eyed. I have strabismus. I wasn't like on drugs or anything, I promise. You may think I am. You may think I am right now, but it's just that's why I'm wired, and I'm a little extra. Got some diagnoses. It's all right. I remember preaching and having to preach an hour away deep into Alabama because, there were several years in my 20s and late teens. I got to start. I had to drive. I still had to work at Walmart. I came in. I had to work. There were years that I was working church doing what I'm doing today, not getting paid. And then for years, barely getting paid and having to work at Walmart so I get paid and going and playing Santa Claus. By the way, I played Santa Claus for 6 years. I was a lot heavier. Best Santa you ever had. But if you got a kid from 2006 to 2012-ish, they're probably grown now, and they got a picture at Santa at Walmart's. Oh God, I'm turning into that guy now. I made fun of those guys all these years. Now I'm becoming it. And you got a picture of a Santa with cross-eyed. Great Santa, but it was me. I was exhausted. I got surgery now, so they don't cross quite as bad. You get older and you figure out you can get insurance and take care of yourself a little more, and you do it. If you don't, please do. Those years where I was struggling, those years that I preached my dad's funeral, and I literally stood on a stage and I learned my craft of communicating in seasons like that, where I'm literally questioning everything I believe by helping everybody believe it. Those seasons where people were holding me back and it took me a lot longer to get there, and I thought those seasons, these small beginnings. See, Jesus said, if you were faithful with little things, he'll trust you with greater. Work where you are with what you got, faithfully and fiercely, because them small beginnings will make you the man or woman you're called to be, and they will get you there if you will just be faithful right where you are, where your feet are planted. Be faithful. In the season you're in, be faithful. With the people that don't really see you, be faithful right now. God will work. Be faithful. Tell somebody, say, I'm ready to cook. I'm ready to cook. Get really good at what you're good at. Get really good at what you're good at. I'm going to work through this pretty quick because I preached a minute. Get really good at what you're good at. Paul told Timothy, he said, his spiritual son, use the gift you have, which was given to you through prophecy when the group of elders laid their hands on you. They spoke it over you, the prophecy, speaking the truth in somebody. Continue to do those things. Give your life to doing them. The Bible says, another translation says, throw yourself at them, so your progress may be seen by everyone. Paul tells his spiritual son, because he dies. Timothy didn't get to grow up with Paul around him. He died when he was real young. Paul died in his early 60s. Timothy was way young. And he says, throw yourself at what you're good at. You need to, look, the things you love, you need to begin to, don't compensate for your weaknesses, play to your strengths. When you apply for jobs, listen to me, if the job, it can be a starter job. Young people, don't work a job just to check a box and get a paycheck. Begin to work at something that will at least develop the things that you love over time. Walmart did that for me. Do not apply for promotions that do not help you in the things that you love and are good at, and at least isn't a half a step towards what you want to do and want to be. Don't do it. Walmart did that for me. Walmart helped me with people skills and the messiness of ministry. Oh, I know exactly what. People don't shock me. Y'all all people watchers. You like to watch people do stupid stuff. Don't none of that. No, I want to sit with my back towards everybody because can't nobody surprise me. I am a people. Get out of here, man. Walmart taught me that. Look, if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to see yourself doing a business and you think that sounds cool to you, starting a business, look, you better start geeking it up in leadership. I've been doing that the last 3 years because I got away from it. I've been reading, you know what I've read books of more than about Bible and theology the last 3 years? I've read ridiculous books about culture, building culture and leadership. If you want to start something and want people to buy in and work for you and build something and you want the flexibility, you better be reading books on management and leadership. If you want to be a mechanic, well, you better get dirty in that engine right now with your daddy, your mama, your uncle. I don't know who it is. I'm just saying, get in there, man. If you want to invest other people's money and you love finance, you better learn the principles. My brother, man, the last several years, he has just poured himself into that stuff. And I don't know if he's going to do it for a living, but I'm going to tell you, he'll always know how to grow something and grow what he's got because he poured himself into it. Whatever you love, the things that you love, begin to throw yourself at them. Tell somebody, say, I'm ready to cook. Hang out with the people that are better than you and make you better. Solomon says it very simply. He says, the righteous choose their friends carefully. I will tell you this, insecure people, Dorinda, go ahead and make your way up, please. Insecure people surround themselves with people who are beneath them, who they can control and persuade and reel back in, or they try to change and chase those type of people. You want me to say that again? Okay, if y'all gonna write it down. Insecure people surround themselves with people that they can control, persuade, reel back in, or they chase and try to change those type of people. You do not need all yes people in your life. You do not need all no people in your life. You do not need high maintenance people in your life. You need motivated people in your life. Solomon was a trillionaire. Then he said it, the righteous choose their friends carefully. You better choose who takes and gives from you. You can't love anybody real well because you let everybody just take from you what you want to take. And I'm going to tell you this. You need people that balance you, that believe in you, that challenge you, that bring the best out of you. Here's the thing. I want to say this, and you can write this down because this is big. You will not be better than the people you surround yourself with. I want you to know you'll never be better than them. You will never be better. Then write it in the Bible, because it's in the Bible, by the way. It's the principles are all there. You will never be better. Your life will never be better than the people you surround yourself with. But if you surround yourself with people better than you, but you will be better if you surround yourself with people better than you. You will never be better than the people you surround yourself with. But if you surround yourself, but you will be better. I can't even get my own good quote. Jeez, that's time to go. But you will be better. And I actually wrote that one down. Most stuff I don't even write down. I just flow. I'm done. You get the point. It's electric. I'm done trying. It's electric when you get the right people in your life. It is electric, Catalyst. It is not easy on the front end. But when they break up with you, when they leave you, when they don't like you, when they give them an open, I'm telling you, it is electric. Don't wait till you're older to learn. It is painful to be selective in who you invest in your relationships. But it is electric. It will change your entire life when you're surrounded, when you get to the right people around you. I know because I got them. This ain't been What you've seen the 3 months and what you're going to see the next 3, this ain't been. This is the people around me. We built this church on Sundays, and it didn't work. Be selective. It'll change everything. And if you will begin to apply these principles, I'm going to tell you this. If you will begin to make room for your gift will make room for you, and your gift will work for you. It will work for you. Solomon said a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. When you begin to discover and develop your sauce, it takes a long time, but it is so worth it. When you begin to discover your wirings and what God has called the spiritual gifts in your makeup, and you begin to work it and get in the kitchen and cook it and make some mistakes and miss out on some things. And honestly, some seasons you're going to eat less, you're going to make less money, but you got to enjoy those small beginnings. You got to grow through them. But I'm going to tell you, if you will begin to do these things, your gift will make room for you and it will work for you. Your sauce will not just serve, it'll serve you and serve others. God will close doors that no man can shut, and he will shut doors no man can open. He will blind you to the wrong people. They will break up with you. They will not promote you. And he will open the eyes and put you in proximity of the right people, and he will bust doors wide open. If your gift will work for you, sit on the sidelines and be faithful. That you'll get in the game eventually, young people. It may be getting out of the school or the team you're in because you're faithful, and somebody rolls the dice on you even though you ain't a 5-star recruit because you never got a chance to be. Your gift will make room for you. And next week I'm going to jump into the motives and heart behind. Because your motives and your reason why will ruin your sauce if it's selfish. We're going to get a little heavier and a little deeper next week. But right now, I want to just worship for a minute. I want you to know Jesus loves you. He loves you so much. Do you trust him? Do you trust that? Do you trust that? Listen, I know I got some people that are tired, man. You're broken. You're struggling. I got some people you look put together. You look like you're real put together, but you just carry a lot of pressure. And I'm going to tell you, you may be young, but it'll weigh on you over time. I know. I'm still young, but I've carried things long enough that it almost crushed me. And I want you to know, do you trust that he loves you? Do you trust him enough to get in the kitchen? Do you trust him enough? I got to talk to a guy this week. He got everything taken from him. More than anybody in this room. More than anybody in this room has taken from them. And he said, that's where I found Jesus, gracefully broken. Gracefully broken. He said, the reason I found Jesus is because everything else was taken from me, and I know that you may not even believe. Can you just stand to your feet right now? I know that you may not even believe. You may be so messed up that you came in here and you don't even know what you believe about God anymore. You've gotten so hurt by people. You have gotten so messed up in church. You've gotten so messed up in your job. You've gotten busy checking boxes. This is a lot for you to process, but I want you to know Jesus loves you. But do you trust him enough to begin to get in the kitchen, to begin to keep on seeking, keep on praying, keep on knocking, to begin to do it on Monday, because we show you how to do it on Sunday, but Sundays aren't enough, because I'm going to tell you, he loves you, and if you will get in the kitchen, you will see his glory. If you will begin to do these steps that I gave you, you will see his glory. So we're just about to worship. Just before we go out of here, I know we should have gotten out of here about 5 minutes ago, but it's all right. We're just going to worship. I want to show you how to keep coming. You can do this in the shower. You don't have to have a pad that Connor made and Dorinda sang. You can sing. You may not sing on the stage, but you can sing in the shower. You can sing when you got no money. You can say, you can pray, whether you can read the Bible or not. You can read the Bible and just know he loves you even when you don't understand the Bible because you just started reading it. You got to learn to coming, because if you don't get in the kitchen, God, you are going to miss him, and he loves you, but you don't want to miss it. He wants to blow your mind, Catalyst. Whether you're old, young, or in between, he wants to blow your mind. And so I want us just to worship together. If you want to come up here, I'll pray for you. If you want to just get in on if you and your spouse or whatever, you want to get on your knees at and make your chair an altar. If you just want to lift your hands, I don't know, but we're just going to sing. I'll pray if you want to pray. If you want me to pray for you, you can come up. I don't know. I just want to give space right here. Didn't plan anything right here. Just want to give space for him, because this is where you find him. In the moments where you don't plan anything, in the moments where everything went sideways, this is how you find him. Can we just worship together?
Here I am, God, arms wide open.
We hope today's message spoke to you. If you want to know more about Catalyst, you can go to iamcatalyst.net. And we'd love to have you in the room one Sunday. God is for you, and so are we. We'll see you next time.